Good evening and good morning, all of you. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, so welcome. Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. This is Apparel Export Promotion Council, one of the lead councils towards organizing and with the support from Ministry of Textile. This Bharat Tex, which is scheduled between 26th to 29th of Feb, which is the countdown already begins, sir. And I'm very happy to present India to the Ireland companies and also to the Embassy of India because this event, as curated by the topmost authorities in India, is one of the very, very unique event in the sense that we've been seeing a lot of buyer-seller meets happening with the support of Indian Embassy across the countries, across various events. But this particular event is becoming unique because it's not just the buyer-seller meet like it happens in other country events, but this is one of the largest textile event and where we are celebrating the entire textile value chain for the first time, bringing all the textile value chain player under one umbrella, sir. So this Bharat Tex is expected to have almost 3,500 exhibitors. We are having some 3,000 plus overseas buyers, and we want to add more Irish numbers to this after this presentation. And we are expecting to, we've already curated some 50 plus knowledge sessions. So this is not a buyer seller meet as we proceed in the session. It's a much more celebration of Indian textile because we have the participants, not only Indian participants, but international, both exhibitors and buyers from the spaces of fiber, yarn, then we have fabrics, home textile, handlooms, and we're trying to celebrate and focus on the entire textile value chain, giving a feeler to the Irish buyers in particular in question today, that what India can offer to Ireland, not only in a cotton space where India is well known, but also in the space of technical textiles, in the space of machineries, and it's a two-way process. We also want some machinery displays that will happen if somebody would like to participate. The uniqueness of this event comes from the fact, sir, if you can see, this is as huge as 2 lakh square meter area and 3,500 exhibitors. It is one of its kind. So we are trying to see a very huge scale of event to give a psychological confidence to the buyers international about India being the next sourcing hub for the entire textile and apparel space. Second uniqueness is basically coming from the fact that it is for the first time we are bringing all the 11 Export Promotion Council under one umbrella. And that's the reason we are presenting to the world that how India is capable to present the entire value chain. We have 40 plus countries, nominations and participations. And of course, we do not stop at just the buyer-seller meet. This event is talking about G2G transaction, where we request the embassy's support to identify some government delegations to be sent in here. During it, we are having some focus group discussions, some policy, how Irish textile sector, Indian textile space, what are the governmental regulations, what are the sustainability measures that Irish companies must be doing. So some learning sessions is what we are expecting, some collaborations, certain MOUs between design school, as you rightly indicated, sir, that Indian fashion schools should be connected with the designer space across the country. So we can have some MOUs. We can also, as you rightly said in your speech, you're great at startup and entrepreneurship. We can look forward to those collaborations during this event. So there are a lot of sky's a limit that we can have as a collaboration during this fair, sir. To spread the news and encourage your companies, sir, it is very important for us to give confidence to Irish people what is in it for Bharat, for them in Bharat Tech. So there are two things that we're trying to pitch in the Bharat Tech is one, they can enhance their sourcing from India, and we have a reason for that. And second, they can actually invest in India to manufacture their garments to sell to the entire world. Now, where is this coming from, sir? Because you can see India in itself is growing as a great retail market. We have data points to showcase that. We have a competitive landscape, and we also have the focus from Ministry of Textile as well as 9 ministries from Commerce to give us a lot of favorable policy landscape. So that three things can actually is a focus of this Bharat Tech, sir. In terms of exports, if you see, in totality, if you see from the apparel, technical textile and made-ups, India's export is deemed to reach almost $100 by 2030. That's a target, and that we are going to achieve through Bharat Tex to a lot of extent, sir. This confidence is coming from the fact that right now the Indian apparel is supplied to the entire world. And you can see here, right from Walmart to Michael Kors to Target to Gap to Costco to bestseller H&M, we are present as a manufacturer, subcontractors at the back. So we are trying to say to the giving confidence to the Irish suppliers, if they can source and enhance their manufacturing as India as a base, they have lot potential and promising, because we're already supplying to most of the prominent brands across the globe. And the confidence of asking them to invest in India, sir, is coming from the fact that the retail story in India is growing very large. We're expecting some $1 trillion opportunity coming up. And Indian, as per the 80 Kearney report, sir, India is actually the fourth largest retail market in the world. And it is also a very, very strong growing e-commerce market. That is a very interesting story to be told to the Irish companies. Specifically in the textile space, India's apparel retail market size is growing by 8.3%. And we have a huge spread across the country, across India in terms of the apparel retail. Sir, again giving confidence, sir, if you look into the Indian market ranking by revenue, Walmart is second and MNS. They're rated India as a second market in terms of investing into India. And there are very interesting certain announcements that these companies are making. Like Walmart has already announced a commitment of 10 billion US dollar by 2027. IKEA has announced that they would actually target 50% from local sourcing. And the CAS Group of Asia is already targeting a local sourcing of $400 million. So that again gives a confidence, and there's already a success story of Uniqlo in India and H&M. That actually, if you tell these stories to your company counterpart, it gives them confidence to the Irish brands to source and invest in India. Why do they do so, sir? Because as sir has already indicated, India has no dearth of raw materials, sir. Tomorrow, God forbid, if there is a pandemic-like scenario, we don't have to wait for any kind of international sourcing, because we have an in-house value chain within the country. So we don't have to worry about whether it is cotton or silk or jute or technical textile or it is polyester. We have all kinds diverse textile resource base within the country. There is a lot of concern in the international market about sourcing from China cotton. So India is not dependent on the China cotton at all, because we have our own traceability system, which has a blockchain technology, sir. India has come out with Kasturi cotton, and it is very important for us to inform the world that India now has its own blockchain technology to prove that it is an indigenous cotton. And this was launched very recently as a Kasturi cotton, as our own cotton brand. So that again brings, as in the traditional sector of cotton, that give confidence to the Irish companies. So we have a second largest spinning capacity, sir, and an entire value from farm to fashion is within the country. So we can promise to Irish companies almost shortest lead times that they must be expecting, which is very important in the fashion space. Why should they manufacture their products in India? Sir, India is one country which is now into the support from Department of Commerce, Ministry of Commerce. We are into signing a lot of free trade agreements. So if they are manufacturing in India and the country of origin is India, they enter the Japanese market at zero duty, Korean market at zero duty, now with Australia, ACTA with zero duty, with UK, with Europe, upcoming FTA. So a lot of these manufacturing base, and UAE SEPA agreement is recently been signed. So that again gives confidence to them that the two things are, one, they invest in India to sell in India because India is a growing retail market. Second, they invest in India to sell to their brands to the neighboring market where we have a free trade agreement. That's another opportunity. And the government is supportive, sir. The two concerns normally of any foreign company. One, is India great enough to cater to bigger orders that they will place, and whether they have a sufficient skill set. So we have two schemes, sir. We have production link incentive scheme, which talks about scalability. And we have another scheme, which is the summer scheme, which is taking care of the skill sets. So there's no dearth of skill in India anymore, and there is no dearth of scalability. And you see the size of the factories, sir. The size of the factories through PM Mitra, which is Prime Minister Mega Investment Textile Park, they have the entire value chain at one place. So you can see the size of the factories, which might be another concern of companies, whether India is capable enough to handle the sophistication of the Irish consumers. And another sophistication is one of the concerns. So three things I will bring as a clue from what you just said, whether we can offer them quality product, whether we can offer them. So India has a great story, sir. Trust me, sir, Indian government sector is now very conscious about the growing concern of the European Green Deal. So they have started investing on environmental compliances. They've started big time on conserving their water, energy, eco-friendly packaging material, wastewater management, zero liquid discharge. You name it, and we have the environmental compliances with us. We are working very strongly on being socially compliant and to keep track of standardization. A lot of these apparel units are now fully automated with robotics and artificial intelligence. Now that gives confidence again on the quality front, scalability front, sustainability front. And this Bharat Tech therefore gives your company, sir, an entire gamut of wide audience, right from garment manufacturers to fabric to home textile, buying houses, retailers, designers, handloom weavers, investors, entrepreneurs, startups. So it is basically the entire system or ecosystem of textile space that's present across 40 plus countries through Bharat Tech is an opportunity that we bring, and a huge plethora of consumer engagements for your Irish company, sir, because we are talking about a lot of smart sessions. We have workshops, we have master classes, we have state sessions, country sessions. We're talking about innovation, smart manufacturing, global supply chain. So there are various, as I was indicating, that we have almost 66 foreign speakers already lined up. So there's a enriching knowledge sessions also as a side events that goes on, along with, of course, the fashion shows demonstrating a huge strength of India. So a request from Indian Embassy, sir, is if you can, actually a very specific ask from the embassy, sir, if you can help us mobilize a high level ministerial delegation, because we also have a policy sessions and G2Z sessions. We can facilitate some foreign exhibitors. We can facilitate connects with local industry and consumers and associations, importers association to participate as buyers. And of course, some top retail stories to be told at various knowledge sessions. Some brand CEO, we also plan to have a roundtable discussion on how we can work between two countries. So some great CEOs of big brands can be mobilized through your assistance, your help, sir. And we also have a concept of curating some country pavilions and wide publicity, of course. That will be some specific ask from the embassy to take this forward. We are very, very modestly offering, sir, 3 nights complimentary stays to the buyer. They can come on their own, but once they land up in India, we have the entire hospitality package, right from their accommodation of 3 nights, airport transfers. We take care of their boarding and lodging here, and we also have a local sightseeing if they really want to go to Agra. And also, this is a small hospitality package, a modest one that we are offering to the buyer, sir. So that's all, sir, from my side. So welcome to Bharat Tex, sir.